Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 17th of December 2020. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Morgan Greer deck for today's reading. Before I do the reading, I've got a few decks of the Gregory Scott tarot left on the website. I'm really glad I didn't take the advice of that person in the comment section and order more of them. I've processed all of them, so they're ready to go. I'm going to post them tomorrow morning. So if you still want a deck of the Gregory Scott tarot, which is signed and autographed by me, then please order it before tomorrow morning, because then I'll still get them out before Christmas. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to Austria on Saturday. They're changing the rules here in the UK when it comes to travel. Today on the 16th, Wednesday the 16th in the evening, so I have to have a look what's happening with that. But yeah, if I get any more orders in tonight, then I'll get those done tomorrow morning and I'll include them in the posting. The rest of them I will post when I come back from Austria. Wish me luck, by the way. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say about this day, Thursday the 17th. I always do the readings one day ahead because people in New Zealand and Australia, they are kind of 12, 13 hours ahead. So if they're looking at what's going on, they have the reading available. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Sun, lovely. The Nine of Wands, even lovelier. Wow. And then we have the Magician card in reverse. Okay, that's interesting. The Sun is the 19th card of the Major Arcana. So the Major Arcana has 21 cards in it, and it's often known as the Fool's Journey because it starts out with the Fool and then you go to the Magician and on through all the 21 cards. By the time you get to the Sun, you've really discovered that the power in life that's always available to you is your own inner power, your own belief in yourself, your confidence, your self-esteem, connection to something bigger that encourages you to continue and to live your best life possible. So the Sun card is usually a big sun, obviously, and usually we've got a child on a horse, and it is a symbol that you're able to connect with your own innermost desires, that you have the power to make yourself happy, and that you have a lot of strength available to you. If you think of the sun in terms of astrology, it's the center of our solar system. It brings light to all the other planets, and if it weren't for the sun, really, the other planets wouldn't be that relevant. So the sun here in the tarot means that you really return to your true self, and you're able to choose again, and you have all the power in the world available to you. It's also going to feel very positive. There's a sense of motivation and enthusiasm, optimism, hope for the future. We've got all these sunflowers who kind of tilt themselves towards the sun. So think of yourself as a sunflower today. You're thinking, what am I going to do with my life? What direction am I going in? And you're turning towards this source of all power, and it really fills you with light and it supports you in what you're doing. And in this deck, we also have two people kind of facing each other. So it's saying that by loving yourself, that's the only way you can really be in love with someone else here on planet Earth, because you give out a loving energy and that attracts someone else who's in a good position, someone you want to be in your life and who's also got that going for themselves, and you connect on that level, and it's really a meeting of equals. So like attracts like, and it doesn't have to be relationships exclusively. If you feel good about your life, if you're energized, then certain things will pop up in your life that really offer you the opportunity to thrive and to be successful. Next, we've got the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, you can see this, is he a centurion? He's someone who's quite senior in the army here. He's got this red plume flowing in the wind. So he's on a mission, and he's chosen this one wand. He's on his path. He's living his life purpose, and he's left the worst behind him. The most difficult things in his life have been overcome. It's all systems go. Nothing is blocking him. He's just walking straight past this barrier, and he's not even looking at it. So your problems are going to seem far away, and that partially is because of the way you feel. So if you feel fabulous and wonderful and healthy and strong, then the things that you've got in your life can seem really tiny and insignificant, and you can deal with them really quickly. When you're ill, when you're feeling down, when you're having real problems, then any little thing can seem like a huge problem, and that's when we need help, and that's when we need to reach out for support. This is a day where you do not need to reach out for support because you really have all this strength in you, and anything that comes your way is going to be dealt with really quickly. What's coming to mind is, what's that saying? If you want something done, ask someone who's really busy. People who have a really, really hectic schedule are often far more productive than people who are doing 1 or 2 things a day. It's because you get into the rhythm of that energy. So if you get one thing done, then it's much easier to get the next thing done. And that's what the 9 of Wands is all about. He has really overcome some difficult stuff. He is in the army, so he's kind of reminiscent of Mars in astrology, the planet of drive and desire and what really pleases you, the red planet. So we've got that, and we've also got the sun, so we've got lots of heat, lots of fire, lots of confidence. And he's wearing armor, so it hasn't been smooth sailing all the way. He has had to face some stuff, but he hasn't shied away from that. He said, yeah, I've got a helmet on for a reason. Try and whack me over the head. I'm going to keep going, and I've got a little rod here myself, which I can use to keep obstacles at bay and to clear my own path. So he's really moving forward, and there's nothing that's going to stop him. And it's not that he is following someone else's instructions. He gives the instruction. He's wearing all this red. He is in charge. He's a leader. He's empowered. He may even be in the spotlight. Other people look to him for guidance. And he says, I feel this to be right. So I'm not only going to decide this for myself, but I'm going to decide this for everyone in my, what is it called if you're a centurion? In your legion? I don't know. If he's an army general, the people under him, all the soldiers that he's kind of instructing, he isn't going to be filled with self-doubts. He's going to be really certain of what he's doing. And that's why he feels that he can lead other people, because he's not leading them to their doom. He feels really good about what he's doing. He's certain of success and triumph and victory. And that's why he can, with good conscience, say, follow me. This is the way forward. So this is you. You're really at the top of your game today. There's no stopping you. So if things have been challenging, face them again or revisit them. If there are things that have been unresolved and things that have seemed dangerous or risky, today is a really good day to tackle those kind of things, because you're going to succeed. Now, the Magician is interesting because the Magician, if you were upright like this, it would really fit in with the rest of the reading. We've got all this yellow, power, red, listening to spirit, and then doing something with it independently, being a leader, being a solo act, a magician who makes things happen himself. And that works with these other cards, which are all about being empowered. But the power is different. It comes from a different source here. The Magician has one wand pointed up to the sky, and he's wearing white, so he's listening to his guidance to try and get the answers, and then he translates that into something practical and physical, which he gets busy with, and he makes changes on planet Earth. He's infinitely empowered. Here we've got the sun, and the sun is much more about your conscious power. So it's not about asking for help and saying, universe, support me. It's a feeling of real strength in you. So you, as an independent unit, function at 100% capacity today, and you just running off your own steam, that is more than enough to help you overcome many, many obstacles that have been there for a while or that have challenged you in the past. You can just kind of skip along and overcome those easily today. And the Magician is reversed, so you don't need to find this amazing spiritual balance within yourself to try and get some sense of power. The power resides in you. So if you're an agnostic, or if you're not sure about spirituality and you feel like you have to do everything yourself, and like that can be overwhelming at times, you're not going to be overwhelmed today. If your life purpose has been hidden from you, the fog lifts. There's nothing nebulous about this reading. It's all crystal clear. The sun is shining. You're walking in the sunlight of the spirit, as they would say in the recovery rooms. And it's really easy for you to make progress. So don't worry if you have struggled with meditation or prayer or believing that there is something bigger out there. That, by the way, is a very personal journey. No one can tell you what is right or what is wrong about what you believe. It really is something that's worth pursuing because it's something that's supportive. I've mentioned this story many, many times, but I'm not naturally a particularly spiritual person. And I was kind of advised by people in my life to try and connect with something bigger, not because I should be good or it would help me become reformed or whatever. It's because it's something that is a resource that you have access to. But if you were brought up, in a really difficult spiritual environment, if it's hard for you to connect or for you to kind of connect with some invisible force, it just doesn't make sense to you, then don't torture yourself over that and simply realize that it's not meant to be this complicated, difficult thing that you have to achieve. It's simply a way of reaching out to something bigger that has your back and that supports you. So if that's an ongoing struggle for you today, and in general, please don't worry, because like I said, all the power in the universe resides in you, and it helps you to jump over hurdles which you've either avoided or tripped over or just found impossible in the past, and there's no stopping you. Amazing. Okay, we've got 1 and 9 is 10, and 19 is 29. Wow, 2 and 9 is 11. 11 is the master number of service. And you are able to be of service to yourself by believing in your own power. And that is going to support other people in your life, because when you're having a good time and you're on your path, you're very likely to be doing things which have a positive effect on others. Because we have the law of attraction in effect on this planet, and like attracts like. So if you're in a good place and you're taking action from a happy place, then you're likely to create happy circumstances around you. If you come from a place of fear and negativity, that's when you often do things which create more of the same. Also, when someone looks at you and sees you living your best life, they're like, hey, if Mr. Centurion can do it, then I can do it. So it's really empowering to other people just to see you in a good place, and it encourages them and it helps them recognize that that is possible and that they can do it for themselves. It's just, you can be a role model to other people today. Wow. Okay, so have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a wonderful Thursday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.